Hello everyone, welcome to Living Maestro. I am your host Vedant Chawla and today we are going to learn a new lesson on science, that is reproduction in animals, class 8. So let's start. Introduction to reproduction. Reproduction is the process of giving rise to an offspring. Reproduction is essential for the continuation of species. There are two modes of reproduction, that is sexual and asexual. So basically, reproduction is the process of giving rise to an offspring. This is a very important process, just like excretion and digestion and other processes. The two modes of reproduction are sexual mode and asexual mode. Let's learn what is asexual reproduction. The type of reproduction in which only one parent is involved is called asexual reproduction. There is no mixing of genetic information, for example, birds in Hydra. Sexual reproduction. The type of reproduction which involves two parents to give rise to an offspring is called as sexual reproduction. The males and females have different reproductive parts or organs. These organs produce the male and female gametes, which fuse together to form the offspring. Genetic information from both parents is inherited. Example, humans. So basically, asexual reproduction is the process in which only one parent is involved, and example is birds in Hydra, whereas sexual reproduction requires two parents, and male and female have different reproductive parts or organs. Sexual reproduction in humans. Let's take a glimpse in male reproductive system. The male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes, a pair of sperm ducts, and a penis. The testes are located outside the male body. Sperm are produced in testes. Sperms are the male gametes. Here is the diagram where you can see the labeling. More details about the sperms. Sperms are the male gametes produced by testes in humans. Millions of sperms are produced by the testes in a day. Each sperm is a single, microscopic cell having a head, a middle piece, and a tail as its parts. Head contains a nucleus with a single set of chromosomes. The middle piece contains a large number of mitochondria that provide energy during active movement. Sperm is a motile gamete which moves through the female reproductive tract with the help of the tail. The meaning of motile is a moving object. The sperm can move from the male to the female reproductive part by the help of its tail, which helps in its movement. A glimpse into female reproductive system. The female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, a pair of fallopian tubes that are known as oviducts, and a single uterus. Ova are produced by ovaries. Ova or the egg is the female reproductive gamete. Fallopian tubes that are oviducts carry the ova from the ovaries to the uterus. Uterus holds the growing embryo that slash the fetus and thus helps in holding the pregnancy. Fertilization. Firstly, reproduction in animals begins when the sperm fuses with the ovum. This process is called fertilization. The nuclei of the sperm and the egg combine together and form a single nucleus. As a result, the zygote is formed. Since the zygote is formed with the fusion of the male and female gametes, the new individual possesses the characteristics of both the parents. So, fertilization is a process where the male gamete, that is the sperm, and the female gamete, which is the ovum, fuse together and forms the zygote. Now let's see the difference between internal fertilization and external fertilization. The fertilization process takes place inside the female body, whereas in the external fertilization, the fertilization process takes place outside the females. Less number of eggs are produced by such females as there are high chances of survival of the offspring in the internal fertilization, whereas a large number of eggs are produced in external fertilization because the survival of the offspring is low. For example, cows, human beings, and hens undergo internal fertilization, whereas aquatic animals like fishes, amphibians like frogs undergo external fertilization. Development of embryo. The zygote formed after the fertilization process divides itself in a repeated manner and forms a ball of cells. These then form a different groups, and each group then start developing into tissues and organs. This structure is called an embryo. The embryo embeds itself into the uterus walls and continues to develop and grow. Soon the body parts like the hands, legs, feet, eyes and ears start developing. The embryo, whose parts can be identified individually, is called fetus. The fetus then completely develops, and the uh, then the baby takes birth. Basically, what embryo is that embryo goes, it embeds itself into the uterus walls, and then gradually grows. Soon the body parts like the hands, legs, feet start developing, and when these parts can be identified, it is known as fetus. Once the fetus is fully grown, then the baby takes birth. Based on the way how the organisms give birth to their offspring, they are classified into two categories, that are viviparous and oviparous. These are the organisms that give birth to their young ones directly, whereas oviparous animals, these organisms lay eggs. The examples of viviparous animals are human beings, dogs, cattle, and cats. Examples of oviparous animals are fishes, reptiles, and amphibians. Turning into adults from young ones. As individuals are born, they continue to grow until they turn into adults. The young ones may or may not look the same as the adults. For instance, in the case of frogs and silkworms, the adult and young ones are completely different. The process in which the young ones undergo drastic changes as they develop into an adult is called metamorphosis. Human beings do not undergo metamorphosis. This is because the body parts remain the same from the childhood to the adulthood. Here is a diagram where you can see the life cycle of the frog. First the eggs, then it converts into a early tadpole, then late tadpole, and then finally into an adult frog. Asexual reproduction in animals. This is a type of reproduction which involves only one parent. It takes place in microscopic animals such as the amoeba and small animals like hydra. Budding in hydra. Just like yeast, reproduction in hydra takes place through the process called budding. The hydra processes different bulges out of itself called the buds. These buds develop into individual hydra. Each hydra can possess a different number of buds. Basically, asexual reproduction in animals involves only one parent. The reproduction that takes place in hydra is so that it releases some bulges that are known as bud. They gradually grow, and when they become adults, they are separated from the parent hydra and then lead a individual life. Binary fission in amoeba. The amoeba divides itself into two individuals, and the reproduction takes place in this way. It is called binary fission. Amoeba consists of only one cell. As it reproduces, the nucleus of the amoeba divides itself and forms two different nuclei. Then the division of the body of the amoeba takes place and each part receives one nucleus. In this way, amoeba are produced from a single parent. So basically, in binary fission and amoeba, the nucleus divides into two, and then finally, the amoeba divides itself into two parts, and each part has its own nucleus. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to give a thumbs up to the video, share it with your family and friends. Also, and if you want me to make more such informative videos, then do subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to stay notified. I will meet in the next video. Till then, stay safe and thank you.